Hi, everyone. So, the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like I don't usually read this card, but I feel like there's going to be like karma's going to come. You know, that saying karma's the ultimate bitch. I feel like some of us there's going to be some karma, and as much as you don't, it's like we want to be all zen and cool, and it's going to kind of feel good. It's going to be kind of like, it's about freaking time, because some people just it's like how does their behavior go unchecked for so long? So it's but your hands are going to be off of it. But it's just going to be enough where it's just going to sort of give you a little bit of faith. So far we have wisdom and faith. And the wisdom may be, you know what? I took my hands off of it, the situation, and it worked itself out without me. Without me trying to control it, without me being involved. So it's kind of like let go. Let it go and let things work their way out. So this is a card of communication, the Page of Swords. So emails, texts, real practical way, someone may sort of be text bombing you potentially negatively. And it may be like the final straw. Or maybe, maybe someone will sort of like text you and mean to text someone else, and you'll find out like something, and they'll really be like, oh my God, I can't, like it was something that of all people, it should not have gone to you. But it's gonna kind of just be like a situation where you're like, I knew it. And it's gonna potentially be that thing where you're like, I knew it. And as much as they tried to make it seem like it was me or I was crazy or blah, 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 it sort of validates what you've been thinking. And it's sort of like, okay, I'm done. I'm ready to move on I'm not going to give any more energy to this negative situation. And I'm thoughtfully making a plan to stop thinking about this person, to move to calmer waters, to not engage, to transition to a new way of being, a new perspective, a new way of dealing with these types of people and situation. I feel like a lot of us are going to learn a big lesson, a big spiritual lesson about karma, about taking our hands off of things, about control, and about letting things ride and taking our hands off it, stepping back, moving away. I move these cards. Stop putting our thoughts and energies to things we can't control or fix. Beautiful full moon. The Temperance card. Trying to find our way, mix and match, blend, get rid of some things, bring more of something else in to try to feel more balanced in this world. And I find that we usually are trying to bring in more peace and harmony and quiet our minds, and that to release stress and worry is always sort of, for me at least, seems to be what this card is about. So that's underlying the reading this week is ways to release negativity and to bring in more calm, peaceful energy. I really like these cards a lot, the Wildwood Tarot. So definitely spirituality is high on our mind this week, and wisdom, gaining wisdom. So just because the Six of Arrows is on the table, it's leading me to think that we have been very stressed out about a person or a situation. And I think this week it's like it's all of a sudden we're going to have sort of this philosophical aha moment, or we're perspective where we're like, that's their journey. That's their journey, man. And like, I can't control them. And I need to stop directing any energy that way, because we're all in this vicious circle of trying to control one another. And it's I don't really know how to necessarily stop it, except for we can only control our own behavior. And it always seems like the time when you're like, you know what, I'm letting that person go, I'm not engaging, that it seems to sort of like fuel them. Like, so there's all of a sudden this increase in trying to, it's like when you cut a cord cutting, that's coming up. We need to do some cord cutting this week. All of a sudden they seem to sense it somehow, even though it's nothing you've verbally told them you're doing or anything. And somehow it's like they seem to escalate. They feel that you're sort of letting it go and you're not invested anymore. And they're going to sort of be arguing and trying to control, like it's all going to be themselves and you're not participating, whether it's, again, something you say out loud, but more just sort of an internal shift. And so just be prepared for that, I guess, is my point. If, okay, I'm letting this go. I can't control this person. I can only control myself. I can, thinking about things like this is a waste of my energy, and it's causing me stress, and it's keeping me up at night. I had one of those 9 of Swords nights last night. And it's just not healthy. And it's like giving your power away to someone else. So these sort of ideas are going to be coming into your mind, and it's, it could be just something someone says to you. I know I had this one person that would call me when they were angry, whether it had anything to do with me. And I would try to like be very rational and talk to them, and they would just be negative and nasty and abusive. And so finally my dad was like, hang up on them. Don't pick up the phone. And it was like, oh, like, don't engage. Why are you even, they're, just because you're rational and logical doesn't mean that they are. And why do you continually put yourself in a situation that's, it's an exercise in futility. And you're never going to convince someone like that to be rational. And, give it a couple tries, and then, it's like you got to let it go. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Take care.